It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. There's not a lot of support for proposed rate hikes at three Hunter councils. Muswellbrook, Dungog and Port Stephens councils have applied for additional rate increases over the rate cap allowed by IPART. However, Port Stephens residents have spoken out against a proposed 7.5% rate increase per year for 7 years, lodging 42 submissions, the highest of any council area in the state. Most are concerned with affordability, while others are questioning the benefits. The three Hunter councils want more money for infrastructure. Port Stephens MP Kate Washington is remaining tight-lipped about speculation she's considering a tilt for the New South Wales Labor leadership. The mother of three has reportedly been approached by some of her colleagues about standing against Chris Minns, while former Newcastle MP and Shadow Roads Minister Jodie McKay is also considering a run for the top job. All state Labor MPs have been told not to discuss the leadership issue publicly until after the federal election. Federal Hunter MP Joel Fitzgibbon says the Labor government will abolish a staffing cap on the National Disability Insurance Agency to help residents struggling with the service. He claims the Morrison government's projected budget surplus is partly underpinned by underspending on the NDIS and calls it a shocking disgrace. Joel Fitzgibbon says local residents aren't getting appropriate support.
Like so many Hunter families, I'm really angry that Scott Morrison's wafer-thin surplus is partly built on underspending on the National Disability Insurance Scheme. Most of the traffic in my electorate office is from families frustrated because they cannot get their loved ones the support they need.
Hunter rail commuters are being advised about scheduled track work this week. The work kicks off from 4 o'clock tomorrow morning and will continue until 7:30 on Friday morning. Buses will replace trains between Scone and Maitland, while trains between Dungog and the Newcastle interchange could run up to 15 minutes later than the regular timetable. Maitland MP Jenny Aitchison is calling for nominations for local women aged 90 or above who deserve to be recognised at the 2019 Jean Arnott Memorial Luncheon. The luncheon celebrates older women who've worked tirelessly in their communities to support their fellow women. Recipients will be presented to the guest of honour and receive a certificate acknowledging their work. Jenny Aitchison says nominations can be made by contacting her office.
That will be the 3rd of May, but we're still taking some nominations from people for it, so it's not too late to nominate. If people are interested in nominating someone, they can contact my office or go straight to the Jean Arnott Memorial Award. I think there's some information on the website for the National Council of Women.
The man known affectionately as Mr Maitland will be farewelled at a community memorial service this Saturday. Milton Morris died on February 27, aged 94. The former Liberal MP was the member for Maitland from 1956 until 1980 and served as Transport Minister from 1965 to 1975. He was responsible for the introduction of many road safety measures, including the compulsory wearing of seatbelts, the breathalyser and radar speed cameras.
2NURFM Sport.
Knights coach Nathan Brown says he's unlikely to make any permanent changes to the halves combination following the side's 13-12 loss to the Dragons last night. First grade debutant Mason Leno acquitted himself well at 5/8, despite being unprepared for the call-up from reserve grade. Nathan Brown says Leno will get more opportunities in future, but he expects Connor Watson to slot back in once he's fit.
I'm not a big fan of changing halves, to be honest with you, so look, he's certainly got the skill set to help the team improve. There's no doubt about that, and with more footy and more match fitness, I'm sure he'll keep improving.
Jets coach Ernie Merrick says Saturday's 3-2 win over Western Sydney was an important morale boost for the fans as well as the players.
And I appreciated the fact we scored 3 goals, and for the neutral it was probably an exciting game with the 5 goals and chopping and changing in the lead, but I really felt confident that in the second half that we were just getting better and better.
And in AFL, the Cardiff Hawks christened their new home ground at Pattersfield Sporting Complex on Saturday with a comprehensive 169-23 win over Maitland in the Black Diamond Cup. And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 4, 12, 39, 10, 38 and 8, and the supplementaries are 13 and 6. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.